More videos and less typing, motherfucker. Welcome to Scott the Truck Driver, Uncut and shit. More shit. Well, I have decided to, for a trial period, do away with the typed blog and replace it with a daily vlog. These videos will be one-shots, no editing, uncut, none of that music that you guys complain about for having too long fucking intros. They'll be on various topics, of course the normal topics, but there might be some outside topics that are on my mind. It's a vlog after all, so it has to do with my everyday life and thoughts and theories and things that I fucking do for just about anything. These vlogs will be available exclusively Monday through Friday on ScottTheTruckDriver.com in the same blog. You will go there to watch them, or at least see them at first. You can eventually transition over to YouTube, because they are going to be hosted on YouTube. And then at the end of every week, for those of you who don't want to watch all of them each day, I will compile them into the week, like a weekly vlog summary, and post that video on Fridays. That's kind of the goal. I might fall flat on my ass. I might be biting off more than I can chew, but I wanted to try it out because I do spend an incredible amount of fucking time every fucking day working on the typed blog, putting ads all in that shit, putting all kinds of stuff all over it, when I could just be making fucking videos. And I think ultimately you guys are here for the videos, not necessarily the written shit. And it kind of shows in the analytics as far as that's concerned. So that's what ultimately is going to happen. I still want you to go to ScottTheTruckDriver.com, so the videos will be up every day, posted there first. And then there will be a compilation of the week, so to speak, all in one video posted to YouTube. And we'll see how that goes. So this is just a kind of a test one. This one's going directly to YouTube to kind of let you guys know about it. I'll try and keep the videos 15 minutes long or so, just for brevity purposes. Plus that'll keep the video at the end of the week, within an hour and a half of length, and for those who want to listen all together. And I think this will allow me to bring more content, more diversity of content, to the channel. And, I can just record it, fire it off, encode it, and upload it. Which will streamline the process and make it so I can do this shit better. I'm also looking at doing some mobile live streaming, as in out and about with my phone, seeing how that works. I might even do a test live stream over this weekend. I can't give you a time. I don't know when I'll get around to it. But at some point I'll fire up my phone with the Osmo and see how that goes as far as a live stream. It probably won't even be a formal subject, or maybe I'll have something a little bit to talk about. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. Let me know what you think down in the fucking comments. Now, before I go, I do want to touch on something. I noticed Dr. Lustig posted on Facebook the other day that breakfast needs to be eaten. If you don't eat breakfast, your fucking metabolism's off. Apparently, he hasn't studied any of the science on intermittent fasting. I'm a fan of Dr. Lustig. He does a lot of, important work in terms of, getting the truth about sugar out there, and getting the fact that sugar is probably the biggest damaging thing, along with processed foods, along with our dopamine system. He's spot on in a lot of those, but I think when he steps outside of his wheelhouse into the fasting realm, that he kind of misses out a little bit, and I really wish he would dig a little deeper into the studies on fasting and into, how it affects our hormones. It's kind of his thing, and how it affects our metabolism. And I can tell you from personal experience that you won't get a metabolic drop until about 72 hours, all the way up to 4 days. In that area is when your metabolism starts to drop on intermittent fasting, and it can drop in waves. It'll ramp up during, depending on how much neuroepinephrine you release and all of that shit. So it comes in waves of energy and then, dips. But ultimately on long water fasts, you fucking tank your metabolism. Your metabolism drops, and that's why you regain a shit ton of weight after the fast. You regain almost all of it back if you're eating the wrong foods. But if you're eating the right foods, you can ramp your metabolism back up. And, I've said this repeatedly, and I've proven it. My metabolism, after this last long fast, it dropped. I regained the weight all the way back up to the beginning of the fast. However, I lost, probably about a quarter inch that I got to keep from the fast, which is significant around the belly. And I'm at 188, 189 pounds, which is about the weight I started at. I've been doing a lot of physical activity, so I don't know how much of that's muscle or what have you. But the fact that I kept progress around the belly tells me I burned off some of the visceral fat that I've been carrying around for all this time because I've been fucking doing the whole, processed food bullshit. So, bottom line is, for those of you who may have saw that post, the study he was citing was done on like 23 people. It was probably funded by some industry that will profit from you eating fucking breakfast. And if you think about it from a common sense standpoint, the fact that fucking we weren't designed to eat a certain way. We were designed to survive. And when we woke up in the morning in the hunter-gatherer times, we didn't necessarily have any fucking food ready. And we had to be ready to go out and hunt. We had to have the energy to get up, get out there, and get the food. So it wouldn't make sense from an evolutionary standpoint, of which we are still in that pattern of 10,000 years ago as far as our genetics goes. It wouldn't make sense from that standpoint for us to drop our metabolism if we ate breakfast in the morning, or if we didn't eat breakfast in the morning, because we wouldn't have eaten breakfast in the morning. Typically, if you notice, your glucose tolerance gets better later in the day regardless of whether or not you eat breakfast, as far as blood sugar numbers go. Diabetics, it's a different animal. You do tend to have high blood sugar in the morning due to cortisol loading up your blood with some blood sugar. But by the end of the day, if you're eating keto and you're fasting, your blood sugar should drop to 100 or below, which is still a little bit high, but Rome wasn't built in a day. It takes a fucking while to get normalized. And a side note, my mother, who had the 300 blood sugar, I've gotten her to start keto. I don't know how, well she's doing. She's got her blood sugar down to 130 in the morning, which that's a fasted level. It's still high, but it's typical for what I've seen from diabetics who start out with keto and fasting. And I know that over the course of 6 to 8 weeks, that number will drop, that later in the day she will have better blood sugar numbers, and that eventually she'll fucking normalize and everything will be, good, as long as she doesn't go back to eating the carbs and sugar bullshit. All right, so I just wanted to comment on that. Dr. Lustig needs to kind of shut the fuck up about fasting, because he kind of doesn't know what he's talking about in that realm. There are things I disagree with Dr. Lustig on, and that his views on fasting and his views on fruit consumption, thinking just because it has fiber it's okay. Well, not for everybody, motherfucker. Some people, the fiber, low glycemic diet will work. The majority of Americans are pre-diabetic, meaning they have significant insulin resistance to reverse, so I wouldn't advise doing that. You got to go low carb, keto, to treat these problems. That's not to say that after a year or two of keto that you might not have reset everything to the point where you can reintroduce a little bit more fruit into your life and become a carb burner again. I don't know. It's a ground I haven't crossed yet. I might test it out at some point after I've reached firmly implanted in my weight goal, which is below 180s. So I only got 5 or 6 pounds to go. And then that's consistent, where I'm always weighing at that amount, even if I eat full keto like I am now. And, once I get to that point, I want to be able to, experiment and see my glucose tolerance, has that changed? My carb tolerance, has that changed? I will not go back to sugar and fructose. I will not go back to processed carbs, but I may try adding some rice, potato, some natural high glycemic carbs and see how I do. See if I regain shit tons of weight. Obviously, I'd regain a bunch of water weight. See what my energy levels feel like. See if it's a roller coaster. See what happens. And of course, fruit would be a part of that as well, in moderation. I'm not going to load up on 10 fucking bananas a day. Every once in a while, I'll have a piece of fruit. Just like every once in a while, I'll have some scoops of Halo Top ice cream or some other shit. These are things to consider. And I might be able to do that without even breaking keto if the carbs are low enough and I don't do it as frequently. So there's that. But, it remains to be seen. That's further down the road. I have other experiments I'm doing in the meantime while I still have plenty of body fat around the belly to get rid of. But eventually, I'll fucking get to the point where I, can experiment a little more with carbs. Maybe an occasional carb cycle, cheat day, but sugar needs to stay gone. I am an addictive personality. I know I don't speak for everybody, but I know if I eat a large quantity of sugar, as in greater than probably 8 grams per serving in one sitting, that I will have cravings again, that I will re-addict to sugar. That's pretty much my personal sugar threshold, and to be quite honest with you, that's plenty. 8 grams is a lot. That's pretty sweet to me now. 6 grams is what I shoot for typically. In my health crunch, I think that's 2 or 3 grams. I think they actually went down to 2 grams last I looked. And, we're talking sugar content. And other than that, I don't do sugar in much. There's the health crunch and the fucking Halo Top are the only sugary things. And, of course, every once in a while, you guys send me a chocolate with a little bit of sugar content. But overall, I just want to say that that's where I'm at. Also, before I let you go, I am doing another fucking video that I shot yesterday that I'll get out over the course of the weekend, mainly because I'm experimenting with some things. I'll also probably shoot a little more this weekend because I have some other things I want to test out. That's, of course, if the fucking weather cooperates. But there'll be a video coming out, and in that video, it's going to be mainly exploring some different camera options for, travel videos and adventure videos and stuff like that, because I really need to start getting better at that. I'm not happy with the shit I put out. The St. Lucia video didn't come out quite how I wanted it to, and a couple of the other adventure videos just really didn't get to where I want it. So I'm working really hard to improve that, and I'm testing out all my gear to see what to keep, what to use, what'll get the most use, and as a minimalist, whatever ends up on the chopping block will end up on the chopping block. So far, it's the 360 cam, Blvd 360 is getting close to the chopping block. There are some things I like about having it, but whether or not I would use it, especially since you guys don't give a shit about 360 video, it is what it is. So we'll figure that out as we go. It does have some other uses, though, as far as just capturing, an area. And if the lighting's good enough, it's almost usable. But honestly, with the Osmo and my cell phone and the GoPro, I'm really thinking of selling the Blvd. It just doesn't need something I need. 360's okay as far as photos go. I have a Samsung version, which does better photography in my opinion. And it's easier and smaller to deal with. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what it does. Do I need a 360 action camera? So I'll probably see about selling that off. So, but for now, I'm testing all my gear out in adventure settings to provide better videos for you guys. I am finding that the AX63 or 53 that I'm filming this with right now does have its place in my arsenal, so I will probably keep this camera for run and gun stuff, because some of the other things I'm trying are a little bit too much to set up and to do without a lot of time. This is good for quick, nailing it, getting fucking content going. But remember, I'm not a fucking expert on any of this shit. I'm just a fucking asshole. So, head over to ScottTheTruckDriver.com. Leave a tip in the tip jar. The link will be in the description of this video. And also, you know, keep an eye on, like my Facebook page. That link will also be in the description of this video. You can check out some products from recommended product page on ScottTheTruckDriver.com. And if you're going to buy something through Amazon, if you go through there, I'll get a contribution to the channel as well, you know, without no extra cost to you. And, you know, let's help keep this shit going. I'm going to try and put out a video every day this way. But like I said, for these vlogs, these uncut vlogs, you have to go to ScottTheTruckDriver.com to consume them, unless you wait till the end of the week, and then I'll just throw them all in one video. It's up to you, whichever way you want to listen to them. You know, some people like something every day, some people like it all in one shot when they have time, and they like to listen, you know, as opposed to reading shit. At least that's the feedback I've gotten since I posted the blog post about switching over to vlogs instead of blogs. So more vlogging content. And, you know, this will involve going out into the world and sharing more of my life with you where possible, so on and so forth. So that's what it is. Please like and subscribe for more shit, and I'll make more shit. Thank you to all of my contributors. Of course, on these uncut videos, there'll be no credits, no editing, none of that shit. It's not happening. But I do appreciate you. There will still be regular videos, full production videos with good cameras and good production quality. However, these will be replacing the typed blog for the most part. For a while. And let me just make sure that it's all good and that it still works the way I want it to and shit. So, have a nice motherfucking day and shit. Now I gotta go work again at my part-time job. I'm so busy. But hopefully this new thing will make me a little bit less busy and a little bit more able to produce video content instead of typing shit and typing more shit and then editing shit and then rereading shit, and I don't know. It just became very cumbersome. Not to say that I won't do it, you know, if this fails, but we'll give this a try for a while. Let me know what you think in the comments. This is kind of what the uncut videos will be like, only it won't just be here in, you know, my little room. Sometimes I'll take the camera out into the world while I'm doing other shit. Or it'll be shot on a phone, it'll be shot on a fucking GoPro, you name it. You know, it'll be shot with whatever's handy. It'll be a one-off, no editing. Those are the rules. And other than that, we'll see what happens. See if you like this new format for content in general, you know. And if it's successful, if you guys support it, maybe I'll transfer it to YouTube on a daily basis. But I would want something else, you know, to send you to the website for, because the website has pretty much been the home of the blog. And I think I want it to be the home of the vlog, and the podcast, of course. So those two things. Maybe I'll do more podcasts. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We got to see. I don't want to bite off more than I could chew. I can't promise anything. There's going to be times when I can't make any content. But those times are rare right now. So I'm still pulling it off, even with all the other work I got to do. So have a nice motherfucking day again and shit. See, this is what happens when you don't edit. See, normally I edit all this shit down, chop it up, make it nice and clean. But not today. See you guys Monday. Or whenever I post the video this weekend that I shot yesterday. Keep an eye on that video. I did receive some mail that I will be opening in that video and sharing my thoughts on what I got. Have a nice motherfucking day. Again. I can't think of a witty way to end this video, so I'm just going to shut the motherfucker off.